Hi, I'm Dr. Susan Poutanen. I co-lead the MTOP program here. I'm a microbiologist and an infectious disease physician at Sinai Health in UHN. When we get a sample delivered to our lab from a donor, we process that poop sample by first processing it in something called a stomacher and has a filter in it so that ultimately it takes out the large particulates out of the stool and puts it into a more liquid form. We add extra sterile liquid and then we put that into an enema bag, and that enema bag is then delivered to our physicians who are giving the fecal transplant.
So all of the solid parts and the whatever that is in the stool is on this side. And on this side of the filter, there's a filter in the middle. This is all clean and just liquid filtrate. This is now the filtrate. That doesn't have any solid parts. It's completely liquid. And we call this consistency milkshake-like. So every donation I get, I take 2 swabs for testing. So we make sure that every donation doesn't have any pathogens. So it will be safe to be used for the patients in the future.
Our donors do have incredibly rigorous screening. And so it's in fact, there's more donors that would like to donate than we can actually have meet the screening criteria. We certainly screen for any, and we call them enteric pathogens. These are the bacteria and or viruses and or protozoa that might cause infectious diseases in terms of stomach flu as it's called, but it's gastroenteritis. We also screen for sexually transmitted infections that might be within the GI tract, the gut. We screen as well for any medical conditions that may be associated with an altered microbiota. We call that a dysbiotic state, or a state where you don't have healthy bacteria in your gut. And that includes in the person, but also includes in their first-degree relatives. We also make sure that they themselves are incredibly healthy. They can't be on any medication. They can't have recently been ill. And they ultimately are very honest with us in terms of notifying us if they do develop an illness or otherwise have to take medication. We also make sure they haven't recently traveled to areas that may have infectious diseases that we don't have here and that would need extra screening. And if they have traveled, they have an assessment to determine whether they need additional screening before they can start to donate again. So it's incredibly rigorous, and it's really a special, we call them our golden donors, once we actually find folks that meet all of our criteria. And we certainly try to work with our donors as much as we can because of that rigorous process that's at the very beginning of their journey with us.
So there are in general 4 different ways you can give FMT to a patient. You can give capsules, you can give it through a colonoscopy, you can actually put a tube in through the nose and into the upper part of the small intestine and deliver it that way. But we actually give it in sort of the lowest tech way of doing it, which is an enema administration. So a catheter that is attached to an enema bag is inserted into the bottom, so into the rectum, about 10 centimeters or so this far in. It's very flexible and it's made out of a plastic that is pretty narrow in diameter. And then we infuse the FMT material into the patient's colon or large intestine directly. So the patients that are treated with FMTs in our program tend to be people who've had C. difficile infection recurrently and quite often over quite a long period of time. And they're referred to us specifically for exploration of different types of treatment modalities and to help with just managing their quality of life. These patients can come from anywhere around Ontario, and occasionally we even get referrals from outside of Ontario because there is a bit of a limited expertise pool in this area.